These people teach Africa, but they don't even listen to the ancestors. The ancestors said they came from the primordial mound from under the primordial waters. It's the same story as the truth. Did Egypt teach you that? These people are taking history and changing it right in your face. But your ancient ancestors told you you came from the first primordial land from under the first primordial water. And where's the first primordial land from under the first primordial water? North America. You can't lie about that. The Mississippi River is millions of years older than the Nile and Tigris and Euphrates River. Look it up. Roll the coin. We know the truth now. So you trying to tell me 700 million years later, they got the first man? Hell no. Is y'all slow? Is y'all slow? 700 million years later. You got a question on Dead Prez? Come on up here. Today the day to debate, if y'all want to debate. Come on up here. Whoever debate, come on up here.
The corn, bro. What's popping with the corn, man? What's popping, bro?
And what you mean talking about a debate?
Yeah, when the last time you went outside and debated this, do you pull up on people like lives to debate, or you just be in the house?
Nah, I don't pull up on lives and debate.
Yeah, I be pulling up on lives. I pull up on you. Cause we know people out outside. They in the house.
See, that's the problem with the information community. Everybody want to debate.
Yeah, because everybody in the house talking. We need to be outside, like Jesus said. A community outside.
I got pictures outside at the mounds, bro. I'm always outside. Anyway, I thought you were talking about something. But anyway, bro, listen. On the walls in Egypt, you have three different kind of people. Three different kind of people. Are people looking at the artifacts, bro? Or they just claiming bones? Are people looking at what their ancestors told them? Or they just trying to find any type of damn monkey bone they could find? Look at your culture and the history and what the people before you taught. The primordial mound is in the West. That's the creation story of man. Egyptians told you about it. Egyptians told you about the teaching. Yes, mounds are the proof. Bring your ass up here. Bring your ass up here. Come on. If you get in my chat, come on up here and talk to me. The mounds don't prove nothing. The mounds don't prove nothing.
What, man?
Huh?
I'm up here now. What?
The mounds don't prove nothing.
Are there fingerprints on the mounds? What evidence ties us back to the mounds? Anybody can build a mound.
Where you from, bro?
Anybody can build a mound. I'm from Florida, man. Anybody can build a mound.
Anybody can build a mound, huh?
A dog took a shit out in the street 2 weeks ago. What kind of dog took a shit out in the street? That's what you basically saying.
Can anybody build a pyramid?
That's what you basically saying.
Can anybody build a pyramid, brother?
The people who built the pyramids left their zip code on the pyramids.
Okay, what does the top
hieroglyphics?
What does the top of the
hieroglyphics?
What does the top of the pyramid Ben stone represent?
The top of the pyramid?
Yeah, the Ben stone. The one they take, the capstone. What do it represent?
Listen, man. Go ahead and answer. Go ahead and answer for me. Go ahead and answer for me.
No
Go
answer?
ahead and answer for me.
All right, get your stupid ass down. I'm not even talking to y'all like human beings no more. Y'all don't even know y'all own fucking history. Get your stupid, retarded ass off my motherfucking panel. I ain't playing no more. Y'all niggas is slow. Y'all don't know nothing about your own culture, and then y'all want to teach. Get your square Florida, take your Florida African ass back over there, because the Ben stone stands for the primordial mound. You fucking dummy. I ain't playing with y'all no more. The syndicate, all you African ass niggas, all you alien ass niggas, I'm finna take on 100 of y'all niggas at one motherfucking time by my goddamn self, because y'all niggas don't even know your own motherfucking history. Well, it's just a mound. Nigga, the fucking pyramid stone at the top of the pyramid stand for the primordial mound of creation of your brown-skinned people. You fucking idiot. You gonna teach Africa and you don't even know what they talking about. Boy, them mounds aligned with stars way before a pyramid was built. You so fucking stupid. I ain't got no more respect for y'all niggas. I ain't got no virtue for stupidity no more. I'm on y'all ass. It's over with for all you motherfuckers. I'm calling out niggas 2 or 3 at a time every fucking day from now on out. Because y'all the problem. You out here trying to teach people and want to debate me. Who are you debating? Nigga, who the fuck you debating? You don't even have 5% of the knowledge I just possess off the dome. You don't even know where your culture come from. If you sneak this a mound, I know you not divine. If you say something bad about a mound, you not divine. You a hunter-gatherer, Neanderthal, piece of shit. You don't know your own history. You don't deserve to teach a motherfucking a dog nothing. Delete your page. Port City and the syndicate, I'm on y'all ass. I'm on y'all ass. From now on out, I ain't let nobody else make it. Ain't nobody else making it, bro. It's over. Nobody. This is our real history, bro. We try to get on here and talk to y'all African ass, teaching ass niggas, and y'all want to play around and mute niggas and put up 5 African teaching niggas on one panel and play around. This is our real history. Our people died, bro. These people took over our cities and killed our people because they hunt together, and y'all still teaching their knowledge, bro. And that shit pisses me off. It ain't even about the truth no more. It's about who won a garbage ass debate. But it's our real life and blood and land and everything, and you playing on the internet, bro. That's the problem. It's too many motherfuckers playing. I ain't playing, bro. When I go to research, I ain't researching to debate nobody, bro. I'm researching to prove our real history. I don't give a fuck about no sovereignty. Sovereignty is taken up with governments. I don't negotiate with terrorists. You hunter-gatherer, fuck a sovereign. My sovereign under my feet. That's the only thing I worry about, my own sovereign under my feet. I don't go to no outside government to get no motherfucking clarity. I don't go to no enemy to get no love. Who go to the enemy to get love? Oh, you sovereign teaching ass, UN paperwork toting ass, Freemason ass, Moorish ass niggas. Roll the corn. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I promise y'all. All y'all niggas teaching that bullshit, that's why y'all out here living horrible lives, bro. Trying to get YouTube content and make money. Y'all out here poor and fucking and low vibrational, acting like y'all some type of scholar. Ancestors been kicking y'all ass forever. Pork Chop City probably got a white girl as a wife. He on here talking about some Africa. Ancestors on y'all ass. That's why y'all trying to debate. Anybody y'all can debate. to make y'all relevant. Y'all trash, bro. Nigga in a white girl basement trying to debate. We know the truth now, and I'm in South Jackson in the hood with all my motherfucking niggas. We ain't the same, boy. Tell that white girl to stop hosting panels for y'all fucking fake ass Africans. Got white girls up there leading the panel, but y'all so pro goddamn black. Y'all some wiggles, bro. You can't teach me nothing. You on that white girl Wi-Fi right now, ain't you? You on that white girl Wi-Fi in her basement doing your live right now, you fucking hunter-gatherer. You on Miss Prissy white girl Wi-Fi right now. Talking about monkey bones from Africa. You are a disgrace to your own people. The ancestors are going to eat you alive. In the physical or in the spiritual. It don't even matter. They're going to eat all y'all ass alive. Because y'all lying on y'all own damn people. Trying to make content for trash ass TikTok. I ask y'all niggas simple questions. Y'all can't even answer them. The land and the culture goes along with the artifacts and the people. You must listen to your ancient ancestors. They the one telling you the truth. Fuck what a book said, what a white boy wrote. Egyptians said their ancestors come from mounds in the west. The primordial mound, the first land ever created on this goddamn planet. If you don't know that, you can't even talk to me, bro. That's basic knowledge, bro. You don't know the top of the pyramid stand for the primordial mound of creation. You don't even need to talk to me, bro. You low vibrate. You can get on here and have 5 ugly ass wives acting like you nature boy. That shit don't mean.
Fugitive. He said, well, first of all, you're going to be a fugitive if y'all the only people here.
Wow.
But
wow, yeah, make it make sense. How you gonna be a fugitive if Adam and Eve was the first creation? Now you gave me something to think about.
And in the Bible, God said, well, you know what? I'm gonna make sure don't nobody do nothing to you. I'm gonna put a mark on your forehead.
Wow. And if Adam and Eve
He went
was
to
the
another
first,
place and had a baby, but he found a woman and had a
wow.
baby. That was the story. So we know that there is pre-Adamites. We got a guy named Albert Perry over here with a 388,000-year-old Y chromosome, the oldest chromosome on Earth, the Y chromosome that exists.
I don't know, you just change the subject again, but I was getting a download the other night, and it was about a woman running, and she was covering up her pregnant belly, and it was like she was hiding it from something. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Why am I dreaming about this?
Because that's the book of Revelation, that woman preserving that seed, that remnant, which we're going to talk about that, because I also was receiving those downloads as well. So I would like to talk to you maybe later on the day or tomorrow. I would like to talk about you with that tomorrow, because when it comes to that woman, and I think I see Trade Union is here as well. Um, when it comes to that woman, running in that wilderness, that's in the book of Revelation, and she was pregnant. So I had also got a revelation that she was preserving that remnant, this remnant right now, of what we call the Great Awakening. But also, not Trey, True said something, and I want to go ahead and see what Trade Union, because I see Trade Union is in here, what his thoughts about, because if Adam and Eve was the first being, why did the Most High God said that you will be a fugitive? Could you? I want to know what is your answer to that, Trey Union.
Well, we know
But there
Albert
was the
Perry,
first being.
but we know Albert Perry, according to the Bible, he's only 6,000 years old. Anyway, according to their ideology. And we got a guy in North Carolina named Albert Perry with a DNA sequence called AOO. It was found in 2011 and 2012. We know this. We know that a year later there was a campaign executed in Africa because now they're looking for things now because they found something in America. So now they got to try to debunk that, or the whole story goes out the window. So in order to salvage this, they found a skeletal remain. See, Elbert Perry got his test done by a living relative that was living at the time. They've found a skeleton over here, and then they said that these two groups of people are also carried as well. And there's not one person that they can say got it. They just put groups on people. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, these two people got it because we found a skeletal remains over here a year later. We don't know where y'all got that skeleton at. The strands in it got to be like, because if you look up sequestering DNA from a skeletal remains opposed to a living person, you'll see the disparities. You'll see how important it is to have that living body to get those longer strands of DNA to examine them. You can't even really examine. It was a minimum amount. It was found later. I'm thinking that they posted it there. They did that. But even in that regards, they have nobody in Africa that has a HeLa cell like Henrietta Lacks.
But not to cut you off, you said something so true. It stuck out to me, and I see Trey Union is here. Peace and blessings, my brother, Grand Rising.
Peace and blessings, sis.
Pray.
Appreciate you letting me up.
Yeah, thank you very much. I don't know if you heard the comment that True went ahead and put out on the platform when he said, if Adam and Eve were the first being, why did the Most High God went ahead and told them that they didn't want to send them out, amongst, with fugitives? So that means that other people was already here before Adam and Eve. So quite obvious they couldn't have been the first human beings.
Well, no, they were the first ancestors of modern humans. Um, they weren't the first humanoids. There were others. Um, and the correct terminology, many scholars agree with this. The scripture should not say in the beginning. It should be, the correct transliteration is in a beginning. So it's in the beginning of that particular bloodline.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Adam is a plural word as well. When you look at Adam just doesn't mean it's a plural word, meaning more than one in Hebrew. So we analyzed all of these things, and there's many books and whole curriculums built on pre-Adamites. And he said there was a lot of them, and that's right, because the skulls and or the information from craniology suggests all these things. It
Right.
suggests all these things, and it was so accurate of a science to me that they had to debunk it in order to write themselves into history appropriately. Because what they was getting was nothing but a Neanderthal back, and they wasn't getting anything that was nowhere near civilization back. They was damn near primates, you know.
But
I,
there's a
I,
lot of things don't make no sense, and that's why I say that I'm a truth seeker because in the beginning is Genesis. With Genesis, it talks about the genealogy of the creation. Wouldn't you think that when it comes to John 1:1, when John said, "In the beginning was the Word," which means that the Most High God has spoke everything into existence, and we already know when it came to these councils, what they did was they compiled books together. So wouldn't you think that in the beginning was the word should have been the first book that we read? And maybe when it comes to the book of Genesis, should have been a second book because that's when the Most High God had already in the beginning spoke everything into existence, and that's when the creation of human beings and this, the planet and all this stuff came into existence. So wouldn't you think that Genesis? That's my question, shouldn't Genesis be at least the second book? And according to what John spoke about, in the beginning was the Word, should have been the first book because the Word was a spoken word that everything the Most High God spoke into existence. If that makes sense. Crickets. Anybody can take the question. Y'all heard? Y'all understood what I said?
I didn't know it was for everybody, to be honest with you. So you have to break it down. I thought you were speaking directly to him. So go ahead, go back again.
Anyone? Did y'all you heard exactly what I said? Trade union or true?
Oh no, I had another call.
Okay, what about you, trade union? Did you hear what I said? Trey, unmute
Yeah,
your
yeah, I
mic. Did
heard
you
you.
hear?
Yeah, I heard you. I just had to I handled something real quick, but I heard you.
So
Give
what's
me
your thoughts
just give me
about
like a
it?
few more seconds.
Huh?
I just need a few more seconds, and I can answer.
Okay,
I
do you
feel
need
I
me to
feel I
repeat it?
feel as
True?
though
True. Do
what
you
I
need me to
did
Exactly.
repeat it?
what I did hear was you was talking about
Majority was Negroes, and then you got that small majority that was like pale people, right? So now just keep going though, right? Appreciate that, Rashida. Right. So the 8th century is celebrated by Jewish writers for the conversion of Chazar, right? Some books will call them Chozars or Zars. Other ones will call them Khazars, right? I call them Chazars, you know what I'm saying, as a loophole to get, to keep from being banned and shit from talking about this. So the Jewish writers celebrate the 8th century. Why? Because that was the conversion of the Chazars, right? The Chazars. Remember, the Chazars, yes, the same as that. I say Chazars just to keep from getting banned and shit. But yes, that's who I'm talking about. What's that in 45? So now remember, the Chazars are a Turkish people, right? Let me show y'all real quick. For those who don't know, let's run it back one time. Let's run it back one time. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back for the new people, right? If y'all new to my page, make sure y'all hit that follow button so y'all can be notified every time I go live. Just catch y'all up to speed, right? You want to go to this book right here, right? The Chazar Empire and its heritage, the 13th tribe. Boom. Get your screenshot. Let me slide out the way, right? We're going to do this quick. 3, 2, 1. All right, boom. So when you get this book, let me flip the page. All right, you're going to go here to page 39, right? This is the rise of the Chazars. All right, we're talking about the rise of the Chazars, page 130, not 130, but 39. Now, I want you, we're going to read the hygiene of these people, right? Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that, Copper. So we're going to read the hygiene of these people because I just like reading the hygiene because these were some dirty ass motherfuckers, right? So anyways, right, we're going to start right here, right? Halito, Osio, right? So we're going to start right there at the second paragraph. It says, accustomed to the spoiled baths of Baghdad, our traveler. The travelers are Moor. Just to let y'all know, this is why they started with, baths, Baghdad, right? Real Moors was in Baghdad. Just to let y'all know, this is why they started with, baths, Baghdad, right? Real Moors was in Baghdad. Is us, all right? So, accustomed to the splendid baths, because we like washing our ass, right? Accustomed to the splendid baths of Baghdad, our traveler could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks. Remember what I told y'all. Chazars are small, they are a Turkish stock with a little Russian in that motherfucker, right? So, they could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks. Some dirty niggas, all right? The Gauls do not wash themselves after defecating and urinating. And guess what? They still don't. Y'all done been in the bathrooms, them niggas. Y'all done been in the bathrooms with them wild men and wild women. They done used the bathroom and walked straight out that motherfucker. You over there at the sink like, this motherfucker ain't even wash his hands. Now you got to get the napkins, wrap it on your hand just so you can get the doorknob to get the fuck out the bathroom. Like, this nigga ain't even wash his hands, bro. We spent 800 years trying to civilize y'all, and y'all ain't learned shit in 800 years, nigga. This shit crazy as fuck. Let's keep going, though. Right? right? Let's keep going. He said, I've seen plenty of time, man. Y'all know what it is, right? So it says that they don't wash themselves after defecating or urinating. A guy in my town ate a dead squirrel yesterday. That is wild. Said, nor do they bathe after ceremonial pollution. Y'all know what that is, so we ain't about to go into that, right? Or on other occasions, okay? They refuse to have anything to do with water. I'm saying that, Marvin, peace. All right? They refuse to have anything to do with water, particularly in wintertime, especially, right? So when the Goths commander-in-chief took off his luxurious coat of barcade to don a new coat the missions had brought him, they saw that his underclothes were fraying apart from dirt, for it is their custom never to take off the garments they wear close to their bodies until it disintegrates. This is a custom. This is a custom. So, for y'all who said that they ain't got no culture, they got culture. Oh, they got culture, all right. This is a custom, right? This is a custom, all right? So now, let's keep going though, right? Till it disintegrates. There's another Turkish tribe, right? Another Turkish tribe, right? East Europeans, right? And Caucasians, right? Another Turkish tribe, the Bashkirs. They shave their beards and eat their lice. Right? There's another tribe. Shave their beards and eat their lice. These are the type of people that's invading West Europe and then coming to America. I'm painting a picture just to let you know where you think lice come from. When you research the origins of lice, it's going to tell you lice come from East Europe or European areas. You know who brought lice to America? Siberians. Let me say that again. You can research this. Y'all know there is no cap in my rap. I tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. Who brought lice to America? Siberians. There was no lice in America. Siberians brought them here. Who are the Siberians, you asked? If you research what a Siberian is, it's not just the Mongolian looking motherfuckers. Actually, Siberians are 85% Slavic. Your average Siberian looks like your average white person. The Mongolian feature that people be, that's only 10%. Why? Because Siberians is a multi-ethnic group of people that just live in Siberia, so they're Siberians. You know what I'm saying? And this Siberian population includes East Europeans such as Germans, Russians, Caucasians, Turks, Mongolians. You dig what I'm saying? So peep game. I just connected a dot for y'all. Now you know who brought lice over here. The same people that get them. Not trying to sound fucked up. I'm just reading history. Okay? And yes, lice. What's happening, Joe? Lice is also responsible for the Black Plague in the 1300s. Mm-hmm. I got that document too. It wasn't even. It was humans, but it was humans with lice and human fleas on them that was spreading the disease. Mm-hmm. Yep. That says a lot. But these people shave their beards and eat their lice. They search the folds of their undergarments, right? Undergarments meaning their drawers, their bra, socks, right? Undergarments. We know what undergarments is. They're searching their drawers, the folds of their drawers, and crack the lice with their teeth. That is crazy. Okay. This is crazy, right? Whoo, shit. Whoo, man. This shit crazy, right? This shit crazy, right? The savagery. I'm just painting a picture before we get into these small hats, just to show y'all the type of people that we dealing with. Just to show y'all the type of people that we dealing with. There was a lot of posters in East Europe in the 18 and 1700s and shit that was talking about these little fellas spreading diseases and shit. If you want to know where a person is from, oh yeah, they brought bed bugs over here too. Bed bugs. Matter of fact, since we talking about insects, here's a few insects that didn't come from America and they was brought here through Ellis Island, Port Galveston, and shit like that. The rats in New York are not American rats or mice anyway. They were brought here from Europe. Yep, those are European mice. That's why they grow all fat and shit. Yeah. Lice and bed bugs. Cockroaches. Oh yeah. Go do your research on the American cockroach. It's not really the American cockroach. It's actually the African cockroach. That motherfucker came over here. I'm not being racist. I promise you. This is just facts. You can look it up. So yeah, there's, just a lot of shit. It's not from here, but that was brought here by other people. What's that in DC? Peace. Is that why small amounts of bugs are allowed in the food because it falls off of them? I don't know. I can't speak on that. I can't speak on that. What's that in this peace, man? Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. If y'all haven't hit that repost button, make sure y'all do. Everybody that's in here, man. If y'all haven't hit that, so just keep going though, right? I don't want to. So, y'all got the idea, right? These are some nasty motherfuckers, okay? East Europe, peace, Mother Nurture, welcome back. So according to their complexions are white, right? Their eyes are blue, right? White complexions and blue eyes, right? What did dude with the funny mustache? Dude with the funny mustache was not a white man. We also have documents from the Library of Congress that say that he was a black man, right? Swarthy and shit, right? We already know that. Boom. So now what did he say about these people, right? Blonde hair, blue eye. You know what I'm saying? Peep game of what he was saying and how they twist the story up on you, right? So according to their complexions, right? According to their complexions are white, their eyes are blue, their hair flowing and predominantly reddish, small hats. Their bodies large and their nature is cold, right? Their nature is cold. Their general aspect is wild. So these are cold, wild men and women, right? All right. After a century of warfare, the Arab writer obviously had no great sympathy for the Chazars. Nat had the Georgian and Armenian scribes, right? East Europeans, right? Whose commentaries of a much older culture had been repeatedly devastated by the Chazar horsemen. A Georgian chronicler echoed an ancient tradition identifies them with the host of Gog and Magog, wild men. Who is your wild men? Gog, Magog, the tribe of Japhet. For those who understand the Bible and everything like that, right? And for those of us who don't get into the Bible, you just want to clean and cut, wild man, right? Wood, woos, however you say that, right? Over there in East Europe, the Moors was fighting and shit, right? Gog, Magog, Gomer. Okay, so your small hat people, your Turks, your Caucasians, your Georgians, your Armenians, right? Your Holy Roman Empire, your Byzantine, your Anglos, your Saxons, your Jutes, your Anglo-Saxon Jutes. These are Gog and Magog, Japhet, wild men, right? With hideous faces. And the manners of these people is of a wild beast, eaters of lud, right? Eaters of lud. Eaters of lud. And they still do today, right? Some of them go out there and hunt with their kids and wow, cut the deer open, grab the heart, and all that crazy shit. Still wild beasts, wild men. Some of them will go to the restaurant and shit. Yeah, let me get a steak. How you want that cooked? Rare. Cook it 2 seconds on one side, flip it 2 seconds, and bring it out to me. I want it dripping blood. The fuck wrong with this nigga, bro? Just eat the cow, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like eaters of blood. Yep, and these same people got kicked out of over 118 countries because of the debauchery that's dealing with this. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all this. That 6-point star that they fly tells you what God, right? That 6-point star, appreciate that, Copper. That 6-point star that they fly is not what you think it is. It actually tells you what God they worship. And if you know the God behind that 6-point star, you will understand a lot of shit. And what's crazy is that if you actually study the Torah and biblical texts and shit like that, the quote unquote Star of David was never a good star. And it was never an Israelite star. Right? It belonged to the god Raphael, which is Baal, Moloch, Marduk, right? Baphomet. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta actually thumb through them chapters, man, to understand it. So they tell you who they worship out in the open. They don't even speak Hebrew because they can't speak Hebrew. That's why they speak Yiddish. They can read it, they can understand it, but they cannot speak the holy language of thy people. This is why they would never call the Most High or Son, Soul, Sooner, whatever you subscribe to. They'll never call it by its real name or its real being. They always give you descriptors of a lot of shit because they can't. Yeah, man, they children of the devil. All right, they children of the devil. Mm-hmm. Not all of them have blue eyes. Yeah, that's facts. A lot of the descriptions come from hostile sources. That's facts. All of them don't have blue eyes, right? A lot of them got brown. A lot of them got brown eyes. Some of them got blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? Some of them got green eyes. Because after all the ages of mixing with other pale nations, genetic mutation variations, yeah. But just kind of most of them have this Nordic look about them. But yeah, that's facts. That's facts. We always teach dodge the hijack and everything. That's why we like to cross-reference a lot of shit. But we know what small hats look like. So that's why I just say small hats. We know what them niggas look like. And we know how rude they are. And we know by their characteristics what they are. Now, the Chazars do not resemble the Turks, even though that they are Turks or a Turkish stock, right? You do your research on the Chazars. They are of a Turkish stock, but they do not resemble other Turks, okay? They are black-haired and are of two kinds, right? There are two kinds of Chazars, right? One called the Carta Chazar, meaning black Chazars, who are swarthy, verging on deep black, right? Deep black. Carta Chazars, black Chazars who are swarthy. Swarthy signifies skin complexion, right? When you talk about swarthy, you're talking about skin complexion. So these Chazars were swarthy, verging to deep black. So these were some dark motherfuckers, right? All right. As if they were a kind of Indian. That's interesting. So these black Chazars are deep black. Now, when they say Indian, could it be like they look like American Indians, or do they look like Hindus from Hindustan? Yes, the real small mustache dude was Swarthy himself. So when they say Indian, are they talking about American Indians, or they talking about like they look like Hindu niggas? Like they dark as shit, like Hindu niggas with straight hair type shit. Which, you know, could actually help us weed them out in public. Because I'm pretty sure neither one of us seen a swarthy Chazar before. The only ones we know is the white kind, the Ak Chazar, who they say is strikingly handsome, which we know that that's cap. Right? We just talked about dodging the hijack. And calling these niggas handsome is a hijack. Stop capping. All right. So, and we drop down, right? And it says that this is more flattering, but only add to the confusion. For it was customary among Turkish people to refer to a ruling class and clan as white. Oh, that sounds familiar, right? And to the lower class as black. That sounds familiar, right? Thus, there is no reason to believe that the white burglars were whiter than the black burglars, or that the white Huns, right, who invaded India and Persia, and we're going to talk about Persia here in a second, right, in the 5th and 6th centuries, were a fairer skin than other than the Hun tribes, which invaded Europe, right? Assyrians, black-skinned Chazars, as they are also called. Assyrian, which translates to black-skinned Chazars. So they are talking about Chazars with black skin. I ain't never seen that. I wonder where they hiding it. Right? I wonder where they hiding it. Right? Where nigga gonna have to do Where's Waldo on these melanated oppressors that be hiding amongst you, man. P game. Now, I just want to read that real quick. So now let's get back into this. The history of Jews from the destruction of Jerusalem to the present time, published in 1818 by Hannah Adams. Now we know who these Eastern Europeans, right? These Chazars who converted to Jewish and all of that. Okay. These are some nasty, dirty motherfuckers who eat lice from East Europe, right? So now, boom, the 8th century is celebrated by Jewish writers for the conversion of Chazars, a pagan prince, right? Pagan prince, to their belief. According to their accounts, he became dissatisfied with the religion of his people and progenitors and conversed on this subject with philosophers, Christians, Mohammedans, and the real Sephardic Jews, right? At length, and learned rabbi convinced him that Judaism was the only true religion, right? A rabbi, a learned rabbi, who was a real Sephardic Jew, El Negro, convinced him that Judaism was the only true religion, to which all others were, but as the shadow of the substance. So they saying that every other religion that you get, right? Original Christianity, which was a Gnosticism at first, right? Original Islam before it was corrupted, which was a Gnosticism and mystic first. And of course, original Jews, right? El Negros, right? They saying that all of these are shadows of the true religion, which I can kind of see that, since I know that a lot of these gods are the same gods, and you know, and how you can trace everything back to America and shit like that, and how it come from alchemy and Gnosticism, esotericness, you know, El Negros in America. I can see that. Let's keep going though. The picture to the living original, right? Chazars therefore adjourned his former tenants. And after, right, after he was initiated in the belief and ceremonies of the Sephardic Jews, and the reason why I keep saying Sephardic Jews, and y'all probably wondering, like, how the fuck is Sephardic Jews is in East Europe, Los? They in East Europe because of the Saxons, right? There's a tribe in Germany that's called the Saxons that are not really Germanic ethnicity wise. They migrated there, right? Okay. And why do I say that? Because Saxon comes from, so every name has a meaning, right? Jackson, son of Jack. Robinson, son of Robin or son of Reuben, right? When you get to Saxon, that means the son of Isaac. Let me say that again. When you get to Saxon, that means the son of Isaac. Isaac's sons. Now, we know that the Sephardics, or what you call Israelites, was scattered to the four corners of the earth, right? So there was Israelites in Germany, there's Israelites in the Iberian, there's Israelites in America, and there's Israelites in what you call Africa, but only the northern region. Four corners, four continents. Peep game. So now, the bad thing is the Saxons, or the sons of Isaac, are the ones that are converting the Chazars in this time. Okay, if we're going to be specific, the Saxons that's in Germany, right, or Moors, right? When you talk about the Moors and fighting the wild men in Germany, remember Moors can also mean Sephardic Jews. Jews can also mean Moors simultaneously too, right? Remember I showed y'all that. So peep game. That's why I say the Moors and Sephardics are technically the same people if you understand the history, right? But anyways, the ones in Germany that are called Moors, they was actually so-called Sephardic, Sapphiridite, or the real Jews. They are converting the Chazars at this time in the 8th century. That's the ones that's giving them gems, right? And then with the gems that you gave the wild men, what they did, they corrupted and used it against you and tried to enslave you, right? This is that story. All right. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Let's keep going. What y'all talking about inside the comments? You said TikTok philosophers. Who is that? Who is thy troll? He said, because how come all the Ottomans look like Arabs? Yeah, because they all Turks, right? They all Turks. Even a lot of your so-called Mexicans that's running around are Turks and Arabs and East Europeans pretending to be Spaniards and Aztecs and shit like that, right? So peak game though. Peak game. I ain't worrying about these. You said you are lying. Well, come up here and educate us then. I sent you an invite. Come up here and educate us.
Mr. TikTok philosopher, why are you doing this?
I said, come up here and educate us. Can you show us some sources?
Mr. TikTok philosopher.
Show us some sources.
Mr. TikTok.
Show us some sources.
Why are you muting my mic?
Because you a bird brain. You are the type of woman who needs attention from motherfuckers. You are the type that watch Bad Girls Club and all that toxic shit on TV, and you a bird brain. And I doubt that you even read books. I doubt that you even know what the fuck a book look like. You probably don't even know who your great grandmama is and shit, because your face and shit is filled with so much Botox and your ass can't think. You are the type that give real women a bad name and identity, because y'all are horrible motherfucking people. Now, shout out to my melanated sisters who are into knowledge and light books and light readings. Do not be like that, right? Right? Do not be like that, okay? Niggas gotta stop hating on niggas for waking up niggas, okay? That's all I'm gonna say about that. So now getting back into the sources for all my literate people, right? Getting back into the sources for all my people that like literacy in books and knowledge and intelligence. And shout out to the people who own books and read books, right? Now getting back into this shit, right? So now the Sephardic Jews in Germany are the ones that are converting the Chazars at this time. All right, just to let y'all know, right? So now here we go. They talking about the true religion, right? Now the Chazars therefore adjourned the former tenets, and after he was initiated, right, in the belief in the ceremonies of the Sephardic Jews, right, he employed himself in converting his subjects. So when they talking about they're talking about King Bulan and all of them, right? A lot of y'all probably heard about King Bulan inside the stories, right? They talking about King Bulan and all of them at this time. So King Bulan and a lot of the what later becomes the Byzantine and Holy Roman Empire and all of that, they get converted, and he converts his subjects because of the sons of Isaac, who was already there in East Europe, right? So now, boom, this is the beginning of the conversion. So that means they converted in the 8th century. Okay? They converted in the 8th century. All right? Peep game. My bad, I ain't mean to send that invite. I double tap. What's happening, 4D in the building? Peace, peace. Right? So, y'all silly as hell. So big game. So now, as we keep going, right? He sent for the most learned men of this nation, right? What nation? He talking about Jews, Judah, Jerusalem, Sephardites, right? He sent for the most learned men from this nation, from all countries, to instruct his people. And from that time, right, from that time, the original Jews were held in high estimation. The original Jews, right? Okay. A tabernacle was erected similar to that of Moses in the wilderness, to which they had, and the Chazarians, converts, repaired to the Jewish worship. The king, who is King Bulan, became prosperous and triumphed over his enemies, right? Triumphed over his enemies. Who? The original Jews, right? Who is these original Jews? Who is these original Jews, right? Shout out to everybody that's in here, right? For those who like sources, go ahead and get y'all screenshot on, man. I'm giving, hey, y'all getting the sources in live time. So y'all can get this book right here. This is one source that break everything down, and another one is Sephardism in America dictionary. So you can get Shakespeare in the Jews, right? So, oh dear, we got cooked. So you can get Shakespeare in the Jews. All right. And you can go to this page and they tell you, right, starting at the top, right? Some writers will acknowledge that the Jews, dark or black skin, right? The Jews, right? The original Jews, right? Dark or black skin, right? But here's the crazy thing though. Because even though we talking about the Sephardic Jews having dark or black skin, right? There's a tribe of Chazars that also have dark and black skin as well too. Listen to what I'm telling you. And these are not the same people, right? So this dark or black skin is what marked their racial difference. In addition, as members of a religious community from which the founders of the church had emerged, Sephardic Jews, the real Jews, right? The black ones, right? Jews were at once the opposite of Christians. These Sephardic Jews were at once the opposite of Christians and at the same time potential Christians. Because what did we learn about Christianity? with Flavius Josephus, Holy Roman Empire invention of Jesus, Serapis and shit, right? It was, they invented Christianity, or their version of Christianity, to forcibly convert the Sephardic Jews to a made-up religion and get them to worship a false deity or a false Messiah. At the same time of this forced conversion of the Sephardic Jews, who are black people, the Chazars, who recently converted in the 8th century, is slipping on in and trying to, this marks the beginning of the identity theft that was going on, right? So boom, peak game. So from a Christian perspective, the only thing that stood in the way of their conversion to the true faith, quote unquote, was the Jews, Sephardic Jews, the black Jews, right? Stubborn refusal to acknowledge that Jesus, or Serapis, or Caesar Borgia, was indeed the Messiah predicted by their own prophets. So the reason why these people refused to convert to Christianity is because they knew the jug. Y'all niggas lying to us, man. That ain't the Messiah. Stop playing. OCO. That ain't the Messiah. Stop playing. All right. Nonetheless, while Jews, right, these Sephardic black Jews who were admitted into the Church of England might share the same religion as the English, right? Who is the English at this time, right? The Blackamoors. They did not necessarily belong to the same race or nation. Even though these Sephardic Jews, these black Sephardic Jews, even though we share the same religion as the so-called English Sephardic or Jews, we are not of the same race or nation. But when they say English, this could be the Anglos, right? The Chazars, because this is after 8th century, right? When the Chazars is already so-called Jewish, and they all in England with it, they all in Amsterdam with it, right? They in all these places with it. So we talking about the black Jews. So these black Jews is not of the same race or nation as these English Jews, which leads me to understand that these English Jews are Ashkenaz. You dig what I'm saying? You said, are Anglos Chazars? Some of them can be. Some of them can be. Because when you're dealing with East Europe is kind of tricky because they've been mixing with each other for a long time. So they technically got ties to all places, like Turks and Germans, Russians. Like they all got ties because they all wild men. They come from Japhet, Gomer, Magog, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So they know of each other. They cousins, distant cousins, relatives and stuff like that. And they've been mixing with each other for a long time, because before all these invasions of the 8th century and all of that of West Europe, they was fighting each other, right? It was wild men on wild men beef. Like in the beginning, it was like Turks versus Chazars, and then it was like Chazars versus the Russians. Then the Russians was versus Siberian, and it was like some inter beef and shit. And then it kind of like split up into the different tribes and nations of they all wild men, just different nations of wild men. They just split up. But yeah, so Anglos can be Chazars and Chazars can be Anglos. It just, it just depends on the person's ancestry when they get down to the roots of things. So now, that's the conversion, right? So just jump back to it real quick. You said that the Anglos come from the Caucasus. The Anglos are more dramatic. They more of a Germany. Like they more of the Anglos went into the Caucasus Mountains, but they more of a Germany, Slavic type of people that lived around the Caucasus. The Caucasus Mountains, they tribes, they kind of really didn't have tribes. And the little bit of tribes that they did have was probably like trying to think of one that came out of the Caucasus for real. The Turks, Armenians, and Georgians would be more Caucasians than or Caucasus Mountains than the Anglos, if that makes sense. The Anglos came from like mountains. I mean, the Anglos came from like caves. In the Caucasus, they grew up in like fucking dens of mountains. I forgot how they explain this shit in the origins of the Anglo-Saxons book. So put a pin in it, matter of fact, because when I come back on later, we can actually open up to the origins of the Anglo-Saxons and refresh our memory. Because I forgot how they said, because the original Anglos were of course dark skinned, but they didn't start off in the Caucasus Mountains. They went into the Caucasus and they conquered a tribe that was originally in the Caucasus. And I think the ones that was in the Caucasus are like wild men that left and started conquering like Russia and Germany and shit. And it ties into that whole, they was fighting amongst themselves when they came out of the different caves and dens and mountains and shit of East Europe. And then eventually they was like, you know what, we're stronger together. And then, they start building confederacies and nations with each other. But I kind of forgot how they described it though. But the original Anglos that you're talking about, they went into the Caucasus Mountains and they conquered a tribe that was already there. And Turks and Armenians are actually, some of them are the original Caucasians that came out and populated what we call Turkey and all of that. If any of that makes sense, sometimes I over explain shit, my fault. Say, what was the true religion they were referring to when they said that they were a shadow of? When they say that, they said Christianity, Mohammedanism, and stuff like that are shadows of the true religion, which was Judaism, like real Judaism, like not that Talmud stuff and Yiddish stuff, but like real Judaism, which a lot of it is tied to alchemy, Gnosticism, esotericness, and stuff like that. When you talk about the real ones. Said Germany had pale skin. Pale skin and the mutation started off in Germany. It started off in Germany. Like northeast Europe is where it started. The mutation of pale skin and blue eyes and stuff like that. It started there. And then it slowly just started mutating towards the Middle East and Hindustan and stuff. But it started in northeast Europe. When you talk about, the first pale skin, straight hair people, blonde hair, blue eyes, that's why they say they look like Nordic people. Like your original Nordics would be what your first like mutated white modern man look like. Blonde hair, blue eyed, Nordic, albino looking niggas. It's the book titled Origins of the Anglo-Saxon Race by William William Shore. I think that's the one. Germania said the OG Germans had red curly hair, blue eyes. I mean, they could, because when you talk about when skin mutation happened, it happened in different layers. The white people or the modern white people that we have today is kind of not the same as the ones back when it first started happening. Like when the skin first mutated and shit like that, they didn't automatically look like, modern white people that we have today. Like that shit gradually happened to get to what we have today. So your first white people were albinos, right? So your first white people technically were albinos. Now with albinism, there's 7 different types of albinism and 7 different types of combinations that come with it. So some can be pale skin with red hair, blue eyes. Some can be pale skin with blonde hair. Some of them could be pale skin, black hair, or green eyes, yellow eyes, or whatever, because you got ocular albinoism, which is the different color in the eyes. You got follicle albinoism, which is the different color in the hair, and then you got OCA2 albinoism, which is controlled skin and everything else. So when the gene mutated, because what causes the mutation inside the skin, or what we call the melanin pigmentation DNA, is ultraviolet rays and high intensity gamma rays from the sun. So this is why it happened in Northeast Europe, because when you're in like the Arctic area surrounded by snow, ice, and everything like that, the UV and gamma rays from the sun is actually more intensified than us in tropical and hot regions. So because of them living in those regions of coldness, see, this is what they want y'all to think, that white people came because it was cold. No, it was a whole science behind this shit. So because they was living in these cold regions, the intensity of the sun is what caused the mutation in the melanin of the first melanated people that lived there. And this is where your albinos. Now, because albinos was being born in different combinations of them now, right? And it's different type, right? You got East Europe albinos, you start getting Southeast Europe albinos, and it start going over towards the West or whatever. A lot of the melanated people would do horrible things to albino people or kids or whatever. So a lot of them would run off, run away from the tribe and go do their own thing. Some of them was in exile, banished, because certain people thought that they was cursed and shit like that. And this is the beginning of your Albion nation, right? Because Albion come from albino, which come from albus, which comes from white, right? When you do the Latin breakdown of albino come from albus. Albus means white. Albus is what gives you albino, which gives you Albion. So big game. But anyways, those albinos of different nations, different genetics and species or whatever, they all just start living amongst each other and start inbreeding and reproducing with each other. So you get a lot of recessive on recessive shit, and then inbreeding, interbreeding, and all of that. And then it further mutates the recessive gene, right? And then when it starts mutating the recessive gene, then it slowly, gradually you start getting the modern human. Now, the missing piece how you get to the modern white people is dipping outside of the recessive gene, mixing with the melanated person to get that dominant gene, the phenotype, when you start doing that, then you get that jump, boom, 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 boom. Okay, now you get modern white folk. I hope y'all understanding this breakdown. I feel like I'm going too much. But that's how you get the modern white people, right? Because this is why every so often they got to dip outside of the gene pool and reproduce with melanated people or whatever. And then over time, they just start evolving and, morphing. Then you get like modern white people that we have today, which like modern white people that we have today, they came into an existence probably like around like 1200s, 1300s. If I'm just gonna throw an estimation on it, they came into an existence about 1200, 1300s. You know what I'm saying? So now it's a mutation. It's definitely a mutation. I'm about to say seeded. No, it's not seeded. It was a fucking mutation. The skin pigmentation that you call melanin mutated, which gives you white skin and recessive hair and different color eyes and shit. That's called a mutation. There's a 1500 map labeled with the city of Alba in Greenland. Yeah, it probably was albinos there. And probably because they gonna name stuff after their forefathers and stuff for a lot of them. So when we see things like Alba or Albus or Albion and stuff like that, the beginning of that nation was albinos. So in a lot of these stories, when they be talking about white people or fair skin or white skin and like that, they're not really talking about like white people that we have today. Some of this could just be white passing Negroes or light skinned Negroes or even albinos. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, the modern people who just got here, they don't have a history, so they gotta latch on to something. I mean, they got a history, but they don't like it. So they gotta like steal people's shit and kind of like remix it for their benefits. You said inbreeding is crazy. Oh yeah, man, they still do that shit today. That shit crazy. You found a PDF on Firefox. Yeah. Said they are not mutants of us. I ain't say that they was mutants of us. I don't know what you're talking about, Naruto. I said that they are mutations of different melanated people. Is what I said. And not all skin folk is the same. Is not all skin folk is skin folk. So a melanated German wouldn't be the same as a melanated American, genetically or none of that. It's two different goddamn people. You know what I'm saying? There's black wild men or melanated wild men that white wild men come from, right? You have to have a melanated counterpart. That's how you get the white and the recessiveness. We understand the term recessive, right? Recessive comes from dominant. You said they are not mutants of melanated people. Oh Lord, you one of them. You one of them. Well, then what is it then? Please come up here and enlighten us. It's crazy because you follow my page, but come up here and enlighten us. What are they?
Greetings. So they are not. And let me tell you the main reason why, because most people don't know enough about DNA to really expound on this particular subject. And what you're saying sounds plausible, and it sounds good with the information that most of us have, but they do not carry mitochondrial DNA. Only Aboriginal women do. They do not come from us. We do. They don't have mitochondrial DNA. That's why they have so many genetic disorders, and that's why they're now doing gene editing after correct the absence of the mitochondrial DNA. They were genetically engineered from various animals, and if you look at the history of Europe, you can find books on the monsters of Europe and whatnot, when the melanated people there were trying to genetically engineer a slave caste to do their work for them, their labor. They had the half horseman and the Sasquatch and all them type of folks that they created first until they got what we know today. But they are mixed with various animals. That's why they have animal presentations like tails and hooves and horns and fur all over their body. And so they did use male, and they also have the rhesus monkey mother, which was the primary material used, and then some male human DNA for the last final production of what seems like a human or a man, but is mankind. So
who's the science? Who's the scientist that? So who's the scientist that created them inside this mysterious lab?
It don't have to be a mysterious laugh. Grafting go on all the time. You see, they created a movie called Splice, where they kind of admitting the splice, or the sixth man, or the sixth day, something like that. They trying to tell folks. But yeah, they had a whole series on being. This was common to them to be able to do that type of science. The ancient world was much more advanced than we are, just like all of these so-called alien aircraft and all the things that they can do that we can't do and don't have that science. It's the same for the ancient world, and they was able to do that, and that's what they did.
Okay, but who genetically engineered them, and what lab? Like, what's the source where we can get this?
You said it's a lab like we got a lab today. I can't do that. You have to read the books and go into depth where if they give that information on how they actually did it. I haven't found how, but I have the information that they did. They took some of them to South America, and there's books on that, and they took them back to Europe because it was too hot for them. But yeah, I would say it looked like the Moors or the Phoenicians that did this based on the outfits in the pictures that I've seen, where they had these white folks in loincloths doing labor, but the Aboriginal people are really well dressed with turbans and everything on. But because they have the whites also have beards and stuff, and they look more phenotypically like the Phoenicians with the square face, the rectangular face. That's what I'm assuming that the genetic male material came from of the humans.
Is there like but you know, a lot of people, a lot of people want to know, like, can you name a book or something or author that they can read for themselves to get the information?
Well, I did name one book, The Monsters of Europe. I have to go and I got a lot of sources. I've been reading this stuff and dipping in this stuff for years. I'm 59. I knew this like 20 years ago, but I recently, a few years ago, learned about the mitochondria DNA, and that white women don't possess that. They can't give it to their children, and unless and of course, we couldn't mate with them at first because they're a whole nother species. They possess that rhesus monkey antigen, and now they have given us the rhesus monkey antigen through vaccines and mixing the blood at least one time, and then our womb would recognize that it's a foreign species in our womb, and it would spontaneously abort it. But they might be able to get off one mixed child, and then that mixed child could go on to produce,
I mean,
children. And they
I understand all that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, my only problem with that narrative is that the reason why a lot of people can't believe that some of these people do come from melanated people is because y'all still in the mindset that all black people are the same people, and
I'm
we're
not
not.
in that mindset. I know we're not because of the
Right.
mitochondrial
So,
DNA. My mitochondrial mother, ancient mother, first mother is haplogroup X. African's first mother is haplogroup L. You got from A to Z haplogroup. So those are all different mothers, and
right.
therefore all different people.
So earlier when I said that these people come from melanated versions of themselves, then that's what I was talking about. And you said that they don't come from no melanated people, but they do. Now that's why I said that a German melanated person is not the same as an American melanated person. Genetically, we're not. There's
I agree with that last portion, but yeah, but the mother is the one that carries the lineage. That's why you can, trace lineage and mitochondrial DNA back to your first mother. So
I understand all that. I try not on my page. I try not to get into that because only reason why is because I have a different viewpoint between mitochondrial DNA. Not saying I don't believe it. It's just because most people haven't even studied what you inherit from your father or how deep the Y chromosome is well too, because it ain't your lineage is not just by your mother. Your lineage is by your family. Because I could be an Indian by my father or by my mother.
well, American Indians lineage is through the mother. So
well, that's for your tribe. All of our tribes didn't do the same thing.
That's the case for all of us. I know
No,
that
it's not the case. No, it's not. Now that's pseudo. because
no,
all
men don't
American
come
Indian
before women.
all American Indian tribes did not do that or believe that.
Hold
That is a
on.
fact.
All people, all men come from women. So you can't have a man without a woman first. So that's why.
You can't have people without sperm. You are
Yes,
the
you
sperm.
can. It's called pathogenesis.
I knew you was gonna say that pseudo shit. That's pseudo too.
Okay, all
That is
right.
not
You,
true.
that's, I got
That
the
is not
paperwork on that
that
too.
is not true. You don't have no paperwork and you haven't even showed us a book. How you have paperwork in all these books and you haven't showed it? I know you was gonna say that pseudo parthenogenesis. There's no woman on the face of the earth that can reproduce without a goddamn man. You are your father's nuts, like walking around. Excuse my terminology, but you are the spell. Like your fucking nervous system is the sperm. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and this is why I don't really like to get into the mitochondria and all this gender shit, is because you're causing an imbalance, whether you know it or not. The moment you just write off the man and just all woman, and I don't hate women when I'm saying this, I believe in balance because masculine and feminine energies existed since the beginning of time as one, as infinite energy. Neither one created or destroyed one. It all started as one and they split into two, right? Just the whole reason why men and women are two halves of a whole. You find your counterpart. You find the balance. I've always believed that, and that's universal laws. So that's why I know that just like your mama DNA is passed on to you, your father passes on a lot of shit to you. Why do you think some of y'all women look like your damn daddy? Okay, but anyways, though, the father passes on an unbroken lineage to the son, and the mom passes on an unbroken lineage to the children, right? And you have to understand those two concepts, meaning that man and woman have always existed side by side since the beginning of time as one, which is in spirituality and Gnosticism, we call the monad, right? The monad, right? The one, the all-knowing, the all-conscious, the collective consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand this shit. Duality. Men and women are two halves of the same coin, right? So I don't really get into the whole gender shit and the mitochondria and all that. And I know my history as an American Indian, and I'm not regurgitating what I heard somebody else say, because if you study your tribe and American Indian history from real books, it would tell you that every tribe believed in something different, and there's over 1,000 tribes. You do not speak for my tribe as the Shada. I don't even know who your tribe is, but you don't speak for my Shada tribe. You don't speak for the Yamasees. You don't speak for the Creeks. You don't speak for the Ananawea. You don't speak for the Miami tribe. You don't speak for the Natchez. You don't speak for the Cahokias. You don't speak for the Chippewas. You don't speak for the Shawnees. You don't speak for the Chickasaws. You do not have the ability or the power to speak for all of these tribes off of something that you misinterpret, right? And I do understand that. And this is just a little disclaimer, right? I'm not really trying to get into all that. So with that being said, what's happening, Trap House?
What's up? Peace, peace. What's going on?
Cooling.
I see y'all got a nice build going on, man. Yeah, I was trying to actually ask you a question. My original question was, where did you place the Hermetic text among the original texts? And then when old girl, she came up, she started talking about the grafted people or whatever, but I had read some sources on that back. All right, take it easy. I had read some sources back on that. I think she was trying to refer to Frances Krauss, West Craisland. She has the ISIS paper. I think she's referring to the Tamahu in there. And then like the Tamahu go back to like an Egyptian text. Bobby Hemmett drop on it too in the Human Artificial. You know what I'm saying? They talk about a clear see-through people, you know what I'm saying, that they created or whatever, but they also said they created other races. But I was just adding on to what I don't know, she was looking for a source or what, but I had read that a while ago. But that was my first question though, was where did you place that text though? With the original text referring to that statement with the shadow religion.
Where do I place it?
Yeah, like as far as a Gnostic text, how do you look at it? What where would you place that text?
that doctrine?
So I believe that all, like, before religion got corrupted, I believe all doctrines came from one spiritualness, which is it go by many names, you know what I'm saying, but it all comes from, Gnosticism, esoteric, you know what I'm saying, gematria and alchemy, which is just all different forms of spirituality, you know what I'm saying? So it all starts from spirituality, which came from us. Now, we turned it into a religion to try to civilize them. That was the whole purpose of us creating the first original religions that we have today. It was to civilize them. But they took it and corrupted it and created some crazy shit that we got today. But I put that text that, when they say Judaism is the true religion, since I understand that it comes from a Gnosticism or what we call spirituality or whatever. So I say that it's up there as the top thing. Like, because when they came over here and they were studying with the Indians, they said, what I'm saying, and I can see it because I grew up inside, the community, but they say that we have a lot of Sephardic or Judaic traditions that we do, ceremonies, the way that we do it. And then when you take that and you put it side by side with hoodoo and you look at the same thing that's in hoodoo, you be like, damn, hold on, this got to come from a spiritual system. And then when you understand what hoodoo and Santeria and all that come from, it goes right back to the same shit, Gnosticism, esoteric, alchemy, and all of that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Yeah. And, and the Torah, and, when we get into the Torah is just a story about America. It's just telling the history of America. And that's all that is.
So what form of Hebrew do you think the conquistadors inhabited once they got here to the American shores when they seen black people here? What form of Hebrew do you think? What stage were they in?
When you talk about the conquistadors, we know that the conquistadors was just Sephardics and Moors that converted over. Hold on, I'm at the meet you real quick. We know that the conquistadors is just Sephardics and Moors that converted to Christianity or Catholicism and shit right there. So the language will be called Ladino, which will be a Spanish dialect spoken by Sephardic Jews, but it was written in Hebrew script, right? It's a form of Spanish, Judeo-Spanish. So
Never heard that. That's raw. So that's what the conquistadors were speaking?
mm-hmm.
Oh.
And Ladino is also a people too. But so a Ladino is a people and it's a language and it's tied to mestizos or so, right? A person of mixed racially of European and American Indian ancestry, which is, what some of us Black Americans have, you know what I'm saying? And your European is actually the Sephardic and Moorish ancestors. So, yeah.
When they get when we're dealing with this Indian thing, everybody got so many different aspects of. To be clear, when I quote an Indian or indigenous person to the Americas, or what you would call a modern day black person, that's what I would be referring to is your original Indian. But then you got your so-called Pocahontas and your Sephardic, your mixed races or whatever, your Siberian, whatever you want to call them. Or is that what you're saying they're mixed with, or you're saying of the Negro ancestry?
So the original Latinos are El Negros, like your original Sephardics and Moors, right? So when they say, when I showed you that first definition of a Ladino is that they're talking about the children that's born in America, right? That comes from the Sephardics and Moors that mix with the Indian. And they would still be called Latinos because their fathers is Latinos, right? But that's the ones that's mixed. But the original Latinos are, of course, your Negroes, your Black Sephardic Jews that we was reading about, your Moors and all of them, right? So did this?
Hold on, real quick though. El Negro is classified as, what did you say it was? It's classified as a, what'd you say it was?
I said when they talk about Latinos and they say El Negro, they're talking about Sephardics and Moors.
Okay.
Yeah, and Latinos are the forefathers of Latinos, which is why I showed you the mestizo terminology.
Okay, so for example, we got the El Negro Olmec head. Would that be considered an original bloodline? What you would be claiming, saying?
Yeah, you can say that because more Negro are synonymous. So when they came to the Americas and they called American Indians Moors, it was more of a descriptor like these are Negroes versus like these is like Moroccans that came over here, right? It ain't that narrative, but it's more of a descriptor like these are Negroes. So
Right. Because you see it interchangeably throughout their text. They'll say, "Oh, the Blackamoor Indians." You know what I'm saying? So I guess they referring to like these are the Negro Indians. I see what
right,
you mean.
right. So just like when they went to Montezuma and they called him the Moor. They was basically just saying him the Negro. This king or this ruler who is Montezuma, he's a Negro, but we call Negroes Moors. And Sephardics and Moors is kind of the same people, right? But they all black people at the end of the day, or Shamites, as some people call them. So now, but here's another thing to this though, right? So I just showed you, right? Ladino is also a language, right? Spanish, Judaic language, which comes from the Ladino people, right? Who are Moors and Sephardics, and their children, who are mixed Europeans and American Indians, are, where you get Latino or Soul people from, right? So they are also, the children are also known as Creoles as well. So Creole people descend from Latinos or what we call Sephardics and Moors as well. So it's like the same people just going by different names or descriptors. Because Creole just mean color or colored people.
Right. I mean, but that sound like that's been the science the whole time. Is even with reclassification in the 1800s. You know what I'm saying? They always changing your name to hide your identity. You know what I'm saying? Your name is the only one that changes. You know, Negro, black, color, whatever they want to, you know what I'm saying, handle you by. But that seems to be the narrative. There's always a reclassification of the people when it's a takeover.
Mm-hmm. He said a quick Google search will debunk that you aren't Almex, and that's y'all problem. Y'all always want microwave blessings. Y'all always want that microwave knowledge and thinking that that's real knowledge. But anyways,
They,
so
they, they can't get around that Olmec thing. He got to be a Mexican or somebody. They be salty about the Olmecs.
they do.
There's no way around that one for them. They just can't get over El Negro. They can't get over the facts right there in stone.
It's called El Negro. And then there's another part to the Almec where he got a pick. Who else pick? I ain't never seen a Mexican
Right.
pick.
I never seen a Mexican. Hey, they using AI to morph these images of these Mexicans and make them look like they niggas. I'm done with it, bro. But the whole fact of the matter is there's a fro on him. Nobody's duplicating a fro. Like he said, he got a pick and an afro. I ain't never seen a Mexican with an afro. I haven't.
Yeah. So if y'all want to screenshot this is another proof of what I'm saying. Yes, Black Latinos born in the Americas were called Negro Creoles, which translate to Creole blacks. The term Creole was used in the New World during European colonization to describe anyone born in the Americas with European or African ancestry, which we know that this African don't mean the continent of Africa, right? Because colonial Africa is different from modern Africa. You know what I'm saying? So, but who was not indigenous to the region, right? It was not part of racial classification and could refer to white, mixed race, or even black people. For an example, a Creole slave could be anyone born in the New World with any degree of so-called African ancestry, which we, once again, we know in colonial times, colonial Africa is not the same as modern Africa. Why? Because you can pull up a map of colonial Africa and it's a goddamn country, not a continent. In North Africa, where Sephardics and Moors were at. So, you know, in another colonial map would show you that all this region was called Mauritania. You dig what I'm saying? So if I'm grabbing African slaves, I'm grabbing them from the country that was conquered by Rome, which is how you got the name Africa, right? And Sephardics and Moors was falsely called Africans because they was conquered by the Romans, right? The Greeks and Romans. But then again, when you put these maps together, this is why they got a rope right here, because this is a Roman providence, right? So this would be also called the Iberian, Mauritania, right? Before Tunisia, you got Africa. So this is colonial Africa, not modern Africa, right? Cartilage and all of that facts, right? So until people understand that, they will confuse the so-called slave trade every time. Y'all can approve requests if y'all want to. Yeah, y'all can. Ow, my elbow. I don't know if folks is trying to come up because you know TikTok just be throwing people in there. They don't want to be lice eaters. Y'all silly. So yeah. So now, all right. What's happening, Lamont? I don't know if you meant to come up. Okay, shit, probably not. All right. So, but also on these colonial maps, y'all can see, right? You got Cyclops and shit, right? You got all type of stuff going on, right? You got king rulerships and all of that going on. So I just wanted to show y'all this one time because people oftenly do, you know, when you talk about transatlantic slave trade and shit, they be thinking that they grabbing people from Gambia and Nigeria and all of that. But this is a colonial map. There's no Nigeria. There's no Ghana. There's no none of that, right? You got Libya is right here. Africa is right here, right? Ethiopia is right here and not up here at these times, right? Everything switched around. All right. So let's continue up with a little bit more real quick. All right. Let's see what we left off with inside this book. All right. We're right here. Just bounce back to the book. Hold on, y'all. Let me get some water real quick. My kneecaps. Okay, y'all good? Y'all straight, man? I appreciate y'all for tuning in, rocking out with me today, man. Hope y'all enjoying the live. All right, so now we're gonna pick up where we left off with, man. I thought this was a 10-minute restriction. That's crazy. I still got a restriction on that video. Oh, no, it ended already. Then why I still, you know what? We're just going to keep rocking out. He said, peace, Lokes. I'm always late for fucking class. It's always that one student that's always late. Hey, 50K, appreciate y'all for the taps, man. I hope y'all enjoying the live. I hope y'all learning a lot. All right. So, all right. Now, this is also about to tie into the Sephardics and Moors. Okay. Roll it if y'all got it. Let's blaze this paper plane. So this also, when we talk about the conversion of the Chazars, this also ties into the Sephardics and Moors, right? Because we in 7 AD and 8th century. Remember the map I just showed you from 1 AD all the way up to colonial times. Africa was a country in the northern part, right? So now we drop it down, right? Right? So the Jews of Arabia and Persia, right? And when they talk about the Jews of Arabia and Persia, they talking about Sephardites. They're not talking about small heads at this time, right? So the Jews of Arabia and Persia experienced a mortification of having an indict issue against them by Ayman Jafar, surnamed the Just, right? Stimulated by zeal for his religion, he ordained that those who embrace the Mohammedan faith should be sole heirs of the property of the whole family. This decree, which was punctually executed, induced many Jewish and other children to apostatize in order to obtain estates, right? To which they were unable to claim any just title, right? Al-Mansar was succeeded by Mohadi, who obliged the Jews, right? The Jews either to embrace Mohammedan religion or wear a disgraceful badge of distinction. What's happening, Imhotep? Peace, peace, right? So they talking about the Sephardics, right? They trying to get the Sephardics to convert over to Islam, okay? They're trying to get them to convert over to Islam. Or if you don't convert over to Islam, then you got to wear a disgraceful badge of distinction. And I'm going to show y'all a picture in a second about that disgraceful badge of distinction. Okay. So in the region of this prince, Hakim, an imposter, right? Hakim, an imposter, right? Appeared and by pretended miracles, my bad, what the hell? Ooh, my damn accent, my bad, y'all. So in the reign of this prince, Hakim, an imposter, right? Hakim the imposter is the reign of the prince, right? Appeared and by pretended miracles gained by disciples. This man who is said to have been a Jewish origin, right? Jewish origin, asserted that the divinity, which in former times appeared in a human shape, now made his abide in him, in that he was the visible image of, flipping the page, he's the visible image of God, right? He's the visible image of King God, all right? So Aaron, right, upon which, damn, that banner came in my face. So upon which he first poisoned his followers and then destroyed him. Whoa, damn, that shit took a wild turn. Hold on, that shit took, okay. So this imposter, right, poisoned his followers first and then destroyed himself. They got some Jim Jones shit going on. So Aaron, the successor of Mahdi, was distinguished for his love of literature and encouraged and patronized learned men for all religions and every profession. In particular, he highly favored the Sephardic Jews, who were dispersed in his dominions, and chose one of their nations to send on an embassy to Charlemagne, right, the emperor of the West. right? He succeeded in his commissions and enjoyed a distinguished reputation at the court of Aaron. This caliph placed the academics of the Eastern Jews, right? Who's these Eastern Jews, right? The small hats that just converted, right? Yeah, the first Jim Jones, right? The Eastern Jews, right? The Chazars who just converted, right? In a flourishing condition, and they enjoyed, right? Profound tranquility during his reign, right? During the reign of Charlemagne, who was also, if I'm not mistaken, Charlemagne also converted uh with the Chazars, if I'm not mistaken, or he was like Christian or something. But they all was working for the same people. And then Mamun, the brother of Aaron, was also attached to literature and caused the most viable Jewish works to be translated into Arabic. And although his instance of his liberty expirated it, expirated his subjects, he continued to distinguish learned men of all nations and religions. Mashallah, a celebrated Jewish astronomer, was so highly esteemed at his court that he was styled the phoenix of the age, right? The phoenix of the age. Who is that phoenix? What do we learn about that phoenix? That phoenix is who? Thoth. Thoth is the phoenix. The phoenix is Thoth, which is also Krishno, Buddha, right? Phoenix of the age, right? Knowledge reborn, resurrection, reconstruction of the age. During the reign of Mamun, the famous impostor Moses appeared. What? What? Why they call Moses an impostor like that? The famous impostor Moses appeared, who pretended that he was the great lawgiver of the Jews, whom God had recently raised from the dead. That sound familiar, right? Raising people from the dead, giving laws and commands. That sound familiar. All right? What's going on here? Somebody lied about the history or the Bible or something? I don't know. But people thought that Moses was the lawgiver for Christians. What the hell? Hold on, there's a group of people who call themselves Christians who thought that Moses was bringing commandments to Christians. But I forgot, those people who call themselves Christians don't know that they're supposed to be Sephardic Jews and their religion got corrupted and they gave you Christianity. But we ain't about to get into that, right? So now they said that he gave them the laws of the Jews, right? He hated this people because he refused to receive the Quran as the authentic revelation and the fraudulent practices of which they had been guilty in the management of the finances during the reign of this predecessor increased his enmity against them. During his reign, they were loaded with heavy taxes and obliged to pay large sums into the treasury. Around 849 AD, Motrikel, the successor of Al-Wadhaq, treated the Jews with still greater severity. He compelled them to wear a cord or lash around their wrist. A cord or lash around their wrist sounds like a Kambala. As an invidious mark of distinction, and excluded them from all offices in the Davine, which it appears they had till then enjoyed. He forbade their riding on horses and only permitted them to use donkeys or mules, asses, with iron stirrups. The eradicates of this right? Monarchy, right? Man and woman ruling together, right? This monarch not only extended through his empire, but spread into the neighboring kingdoms. And these marks of infamy in a greater or less degree had subsided ever since in these countries which are subjected to the Turks. Right? Subjected to the Turks, right? Who is these Turks? We just read about these Turks, right? People that be eating lice and shit. Okay. And also in other parts of Europe under Christian kings. Many of Martricho's successors treated this degraded people with equal contempt in the reign of Muhammad. The last of the princes who succeed him, Ahmed, the governor of Egypt, revolted and formed a new dynasty. If we turn from the Mohammedan to the Christian monarchs, we find the Jews or Sephardic Jews exposed and equal, if not greater, in vaccination and persecutions. So who is being persecuted? Sephardic Jews. Who was teaming up on the Sephardic Jews? Turks, Caucasians, right? Peace, peace. Shout out to everybody that's in here, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoying the live. Hope y'all enjoying the live, man. See, we've been on for 3 hours. Yeah, we hit that mark. I'm about to get ready to go ahead and wrap it up for the day, y'all. I'm getting hungry. So it's 2:40 East Coast time. We'll be back on live. We'll probably be back on a little bit later. If so, I'll let y'all know in my stories what time we'll hop back on. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Mom Deuce is smooth. She's still healing up for her knee surgery and stuff. I'm gonna check on her today, actually. So that being said, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the read. Hope y'all enjoyed the knowledge, the information. I hope y'all understand about the pseudo sun and how long they've been working on that. You know, we're going to keep breaking down this history about the Sephardic conversion because it leads all the way up to colonial times. And we're going to keep digging into that. So with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. Thank y'all for the
Yeah, I've been watching you for a while. Smiling stuff. But I know I can be with you for the night. Alright? Is that alright? Baby, baby. Every time you want anything, you have made them part of identity. We could take a step to see if this is really gonna be. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel. Let me undress you, babe. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so. All you gotta do is say yes. Don't deny what you feel. Let me undress you, babe. Open up your mind, just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so, 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 so. You make me so, 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 so.
Tap the screen, y'all. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Take time. But I always knew you could be mine. I recognize the butterflies inside me. This is gonna be made tonight. All you gotta do is say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. Baby, now what you feel, baby, undress you, baby. Open up your mind and just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so. Don't you know what you feel, baby, undress you, baby. Open up your mind and just rest. I'm about to let you know you make me so. You make me so. You make me so. You made me so.
Thank you so much for the roses. Space. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. What you said? Let me see what you talking about. Thank you so much for the follows. Thank you so much for the kind words, y'all.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control.
I'm glad y'all enjoying it.
If the ground is black and yellow, it's the same way you showed me. Back my head, don't close my eyes. Halfway on a slow move. It's the same way you showed me. If you could fly, then you feel south. Up north's getting cold soon. The way it is, we're the wrong land. So I'm someone I hold true. Keep it cool when it's still alive. Won't let you down when it's all ruined. Just the same way you showed me. You showed me love. Glory from above. Regardless, dear. It's all downhill from here. In the wake of a hurricane, dark skin of a summer shade, nose dive in the floodlight, tall tower, milk crate. It's the same way you showed me. Cannonball up the porch side, all the kids trying off the roof. Just the same way you showed me, you showed. If you could die and come back to life, up for air from the swimming pool, you kneel down to the dry land, kiss the earth that birthed you, gave you tools just to stay alive and make it out when the sun is ruined. That's the same way you showed me, you showed me love. Glory from above, regardless, dear. It's all downhill from here. More like firewood. Michael Jackson, all this year.
Good looking on the follow. Thank you so much.
Say what up to Daddy. Say what up to life. I'm
Thank y'all for the kind words.
Give me some sweet. Bitch, I might like immortality. This is life, immortality. I think about you all the time. My mind is hazy and I'm mixed up feeling crazy over you. Let's not waste any time. Every little thing I do, every little thing, every little round and round, I go. We're all stuff for me, you know. I guess it's all in my mind. Take your time, think it over, let me know what you wanna do. Baby, it's all good.
Thank you so much for the roses. Majestic Mind. I like the name. It's tough. Hey, thank you for the repost.
Every little thing I do, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. Hey. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind, you're on my mind. It's driving me crazy. Every little thing I do, you're on my mind. And I can't get over you. Every little thing I
Thank you so much. Thank you for 7K likes. It's not that good right now. Nah, it's not static electricity. It's static field. It's a static field. It's a little bit different. You don't get shocked and you don't shock stuff and all that stuff because it's a different type of manipulation, but it's similar to static electricity. It's type of magnetism. Yeah, it's kind of weak. It's kind of weak today. It's kind of weak right now. But yeah, I got videos that you could watch. It shows you tutorials on how to do everything I'm doing. Well, most of it.
Listen, baby. Don't even waste your tears on that insensitive. I think what you really need
Well, we know that what's on your mind. Meth? Well, that lets me know what's going on in your environment. That's all you're doing is projecting. That's all y'all ever do. That's all people do. That's all they know how to do. Project. So who is it? Your brother, your aunt, uncle, your moms, your pops? Or is it you? You know what I'm saying? We already know. Hey, good looking on the support. What's going on here? Good looking chat. Appreciate the support, y'all. Shout out to me, Key. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Too early for bed. You should go to bed. Where you at in the world? Need someone who's there like a gentleman. If anybody can get the description, baby, I can. Someone who cares and dares to give himself completely. You got it, baby. You need a man sensitive. You need a man, not a man, more sensitive. That's what I can give. You need a man, not a man, more sensitive. That's what I can give. You need a man, not a man, more sensitive. That's what I can give. I'm glad you enjoy it, Ultra. Did I say that right? Yeah. Who's that? Hey, I got a tutorial inside of my page, in my pinned video section, on both of my pages. Okay? Source_gamma returns, and this page right here, gamma_man. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support, brother, sisters. Thank you. Good looking on the follow. I don't care what they say. I'm not about to pay nobody's way. It's all about the dog in me. Freaking out and I'm freaking the evening, just like me. What makes niggas back and satisfied just for me? If you are that kind of man, 'cause I'm that kind of girl. I got a freaking secret, everybody's saying, 'cause we don't give a damn about a thing. 'Cause I will be a freak until the day, until the dawn. And we can walk through the night till the early morn. The morning I will take you around the world, but hastily. 'Cause we can any time of day, it's all good for me. Boy, I'm moving kind of slow. You're looking on the follow, appreciate it. Thank you so much. Big shout out to Keto. Just for me, if you are that kind of man. 'Cause I'm that kind of girl. I got a pretty secret, everybody thinks we don't give a damn about it. I will be a freak until the day, until the dawn. So we can walk through the night to the early morn. The morning I will take you around the world on a destiny. Oh, hold on. Do this puzzle real quick. All right. Got it. Yeah, good looking on them follows and them shares. Thank you. for the Thunderbolts.
Well, all the while the time was under the building. So they packed up and grew, got a grip, came a grip, grabbed their proton packs from the back, then they split. Found out about Beagle, the master of evil. Try to battle my boys? That's not Beagle. Yeah, I think this is gonna be another one of those songs. Hot soul, damn. Without you, and you and me, you won't be winning. If you want something better, you gotta wanna keep your all. 'Cause I believe so much in you, and no, we're not kidding. If you can do the same as me, you gotta wanna take the fall.
Every kind of power. Every single power there is that are in existence. That's what I got. That's what everybody got. I just better start using it. You know what I'm saying? I can like y'all don't got that. Gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere, guys. You gotta start somewhere, guys. You're not gonna be great at first, but you gotta start in order to be great.
You gotta keep on pushing. You gotta learn to take control, yeah. Now I found out that nothing's given. Don't know where the time came from. All I know is that we gotta get it. We gotta make it all out. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control. If it's up to us, we got to take it home. Gotta take it home. Gotta take it home. Hot soul, too hot to handle, too cold to hold. They call the Ghostbusters and the end control. Had a throwing party for a bunch of children. Well, all the while, the time was under the building. So they packed up and moved, got a grip, camera, grip, grabbed their proton.
Thank you so much for the support, y'all.
Found out about Beagle, the master of evil. Trying to battle my boys? That's not Beagle. They in control. You know it. I said they're in control. You know it. You know it. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control. We got. We got to take it home. Well, I guess we're gonna have to take control. Gotta take it home. If it's up to us, we got to take it home. Gotta take it home. Gotta take it home.
Okay. All right. You know it. Good looking for 10K likes, y'all. Thank you. Good stuff. They had my other channel shadow banned yesterday. They let like 2 people in the room. He was hating. TikTok, stop hating. Cut it out. There ain't nothing you could do. All you gonna do is limit the bozos from coming in, and Soul Group just gonna come in. It's a lose-lose situation for you. make it float. Not really, not yet. Just pick it up in the air and let it float. Come on, big cheek, y'all.
We used to hang out tough, just kicking around. We discovered a love that had never been found. You gave me your heart, I gave you my mind. But a true love affair we could never find. Although I want you bad, I can let you go. But there's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. No to the fact that I want you, Jackie. I want you more than human eyes can see. But you had to stop killing, trying to make a killing. Thought about the dollars.
Thank you so much for the roses. Thank you for the gifts.
With a bad attitude, I can't compete. Now you know my name. Now I know your name. You wanna be with me? You gotta be the same way that another girl would be. And if you wanna be with me, don't be cool. 'Cause I would never be that girl to the girl. I know, I don't be cool.
I never touch it actually, so at least most of the time.
We used to hang out tough, just kicking around. We discovered a love that had never been found. You gave me your heart, I gave you my mind. But a true love affair we could never find. Although I want you bad, I can let you go. 'Cause there's a lot of girls out there that won't say no. No to the fact that I want you, Jackie. I want you more than human eyes can see. But you had to stop killing, trying to make a killing. Thought about the dollars I make and you were willing to be with me, probably be. But with a bad attitude, I can't compete. Now you know my name, now I know your game. You wanna be with me, you gotta be the same way that another girl would be. And if you wanna be with me, don't be a girl.
Not yet. I'm working on the mind aspect. I mean, this kind of. I'm working on the mind, the mental aspect of it. Right now, the only thing I'm doing right now on the train for that is the spinning it around on a needle. That's like the training to get to move things with your mind. Hey, appreciate the GOAT. Yeah, so that mind stuff is coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm lying and you hating, so that makes two of us, right? Yeah. The only thing I'm doing is lying down on you. I'm sleeping on you. That means that what you're saying right now ain't shit. It don't hold no weight. You're just another disbeliever. That's all. That don't matter. I'm already showing you the proof. I gotta meditate more. But yes.
if you blow my mind, I promise, boy, that I'll be true. You're the perfect heart, so tell me if you want me to. Sweetheart, now it's time I let you go. Don't wanna rush, we should take it slow. Boy, I can love you, can you help me grow? Maybe a new beginning. Oh, baby, yeah. Oh, my love, please tell me if you want me to. I want you to. I wanna make it good. I wanna make it good to you, baby. Oh, yeah. So won't you tell me? Tell me. Oh, didn't I know it was love? The next thing I got was you holding me close. What was I gonna do? I let myself go. Now it's like through the stars, but this night will last forever. Yeah. I've been waiting for you. It's been so long. I knew just what I would do when I heard your song. Till my heart gave me freedom. You knew I could not resist. I needed someone. Now I'm flying through the stars. I hope this night lasts forever. Ain't nobody, love me better. Just a better. Make me happy. Make me feel this way. Ain't nobody, love me better. Bring to me. Can't believe I'm the one. I was so lonely. I feel like no one to do. I must be dreaming. I want this dream to be real. I'm in this feeling. I make my wish upon a star and hope this night will last forever. Oh, oh, oh. Ain't nobody love me better. I can make me happy. Make me feel this way. Ain't nobody love me better. Ain't nobody.
Thank you so much for the kind words. Thank you for supporting. I got your love. You need to look no further. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? After my love, you'll never need another. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? I don't make no promises I can't keep. And I promise myself that I love you forever. How many times must I say that for you to understand? Yeah. Don't you know that I love you so? Baby, don't you know that I love you so? Don't you know, no, no, without a doubt, you are my sweetest inspiration. Don't you know that? Don't you know that I'm always down for anything that you say? Oh, you know that. Don't you know that I love you so? Yeah, I really love you. Don't you know? Yeah. Don't you know that? Oh, don't you know that I really, really do? Yeah, I'm really so in love with you. Yeah. Don't you know that? Oh, ooh, yeah. I used to doubt every girl that I meet. I thought that nobody could knock me off my feet. But you are the one who made my heart bell ring. And that's why I'm sure that this is going, yeah. Don't you know that I love? Don't you know who me? Oh, don't you know that I love? Don't you know, oh yeah. Don't you know that I love? Don't you know you say? Don't you know? Don't you know? I bet $1,000,000 that you know. Don't you know? Don't you know? Oh, don't you know that? Don't you know? Don't you know I love you? Don't you know? I love you. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know? Oh, I love you. Don't you know? Don't you know? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know? Don't you know that I know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know? If you don't know how I feel for you, it's time I let all feelings show. I love you and I'll never let you go, no, baby. Right now, we're just friends, but I pray someday you surrender to love so tender.
closer than just friends. I want to get closer to you, baby. Yeah, closer than just friends. How about you? How about you? It's hard to explain when you're close to me. I get a warm sensation inside. I can't deny this. I want to try it each and every time you come by. Girl, I don't wanna lose your love. Putting my cards on the table. You know I'm thankful for what we have, but I have feelings inside that's so strong I can't hide. Listen to you, baby. I want to get closer than just friends. Get closer to you, baby. Yeah, closer than just friends. How about you? I know you're probably thinking that you've heard this so many times before. But girl, when you're here, I want you to stay. And when you're gone, I want you even more every day. Girl, I don't wanna lose your love by putting my cards on the table. You know I'm thankful for what we have, but I have feelings inside that's so strong I can't hide. No, baby, they're so strong I can't hide. How about you get closer, baby? Closer than friends, oh, baby. Closer than just friends. How about you, baby? How about you? My baby, oh, oh, to you, lady, closer than just friends, me and you. Woo! I want to. How about you? Oh, oh. There's nothing I won't do to get close to you, baby. Closer, my baby. Closer than just friends. Nothing I won't do to get close to you, baby. Call me on a lazy afternoon, asking me what I'm up to. Let's find something to do. Baby, I'll be down, 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 down. You know I'll be down, 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 down.
Thank you for all the support and all the gifts. I just can't focus on the screen right now.
black Mercedes, built in the 70s, classic like you and me. I'll be coming down, 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 down. I'll be coming down, 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 down. I feel a little rush. I think I got a little crush on you. I hope it's not too much. Boy, when I'm with you, I feel it. My heart singing, la, 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 honestly, you shouldn't waste time no more. Yeah. All these little boys you're chasing, did they break your heart? I know you've been down, 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 down. I want that you down, 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 down. I feel a little rush. I think I got a little crush on you. I hope it's not too much. Girl, when I'm with you, I hear it. My heart singing. I see it in the way that you behave around me, and I can't tell. We have this difference from anyone else, 'cause you stop doing what you're doing. When I call, you come to me running, and I will do the same for you. Tell me that you feel it too. Let me just with it for a minute. What? Now you realizing when the nights go wrong, right? It ain't for me to say when you know that I'm gone, right? Back for a while. When I tell you to settle, I will work around the clock with your girls on the metal. Talk about I heard you dance with this chick on the beach. That was out with the side, but my love you with peace. Now you looking at the walls, head and hand, cold Jonesing, breaking my house, hanging up and imposing. Now why you wanna go and do that, love? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that and do that? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that, love? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that and do that? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that, love? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that and do that? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that, love? Huh? Now why you wanna go and do that and do that and do that? Never ever realize. Joni Mitchell never lies. You don't know what you've got to be. Yo, do you feel that? You don't know what you've got to be found. You don't know what you've got to be found. Dust. is not answer my call when I'm trying to get through. Keep me wondering why, when all I can do is sigh. I just wanna touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. 'Cause you give me butterflies inside, inside. I got to say that I must be dreaming, can't be real. You're not here with me. See, but I can feel you're here to me. I caress you, let you taste the just so blissful. Listen, I would give you anything, babe. Just make my dream come true. Oh, baby, you give me butterflies. Touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. You give me butterflies inside, inside, inside. Just wanna touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. You give me butterflies inside, inside, inside. You took my hand, baby, I will show you. Got to do the light, hey. If you believe my love, baby, I will love you till the end of time. Just wanna touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. Girl, you give me butterflies inside, inside, inside. Just wanna touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. You give me butterflies inside, inside, inside. Just wanna touch, take, kiss, and I wish that I could be with you tonight. You give me butterflies inside, closer to my dream. I'm getting high, closer to my dream. I'm getting higher and higher, feeling my sleep. Sometimes it feels like no never go past me. Sometimes it feels like forever and ever. And I'm going high, closer to my dreams. I'm going higher. I can almost breathe. Sometimes you just have to let go. Leaning on the fears to burn down. Push them all away so I can hold on closer to my dreams. Feel it all over me. Close your eyes and see what you believe. Moving higher, moving upward and onward with your eyes. Stretching out my arms so I can breathe. I'm so close, it's like streams. I can feel my dreams. I'm moving closer to my dreams. Moving higher and higher, higher and higher, sometimes it feels like you never know but you never choose to walk away. I'm so confused, and I think I'm gonna cry tonight. What must I do, babe? You don't know what you mean. Oh, tell me something. Tell me to this feeling. You're so unpredictable. Why must you treat me this way? I want you to love me. unpredictable. Trust in me as I trust in you. Put our hearts together, there's nothing we can't do. Why don't you no, no way. Tender kisses, gone tomorrow. Tender kisses, baby, I wonder if you ever loved me. Tell me what I so fine that I could not see. Holding on to the memory of the way you used to kiss me. All I ever really wanted was someone to call my own. I'll never know, you'll never know, we'll never know. All those tender kisses from the way. Tender kisses, gone away. Tender kisses, gone tomorrow, gone today. It never rains in Southern California. I haven't seen your face in a year. I can't wait till I get there. Just a kiss and squeeze and hugging, girl. You know the rest of they tell me. It never rains in Southern California. And they tell me it never rains in Southern California. Maybe I'll take the flight out tonight, and you can pick me up about 8. I don't know what airline, girl, but I know we won't be late 'cause they tell me it never rains in Southern California. They tell me it never rains in Southern California.
Gypsy, what up?
Now I can't sleep at night without your inviting by my side. That day will come for us to be together. I'm not worried about a thing. My ears don't need so much to talk about, a lot of catching up to do. I'll bring the diamond girl because I'm so into you. 'Cause they tell me it never rains in Southern California. They tell me it never rains in Southern California. Now since I'm here at your place, let's take a week's trip for two. We don't have to go too far, just as long as I'm with you. Let me tell me it never rains in Southern California. They tell me it never rains in Southern California. No, I can't be just be alone. Baby, finish calling your phone. Now I don't wanna be that selfish kind of guy, but tonight let me take you on a me and you alone. Now maybe it's on the other side of town. It never rains. Now maybe it's on the other side of town. It never rains. I just wanna be with you. It never rains in Southern California. I wanna be right there with you. It never rains in Southern California. There's nothing else I'd rather do. It never rains in Southern California. That's what they tell me. It never rains in Southern California. I'll see you when you come. There'll be no darkness tonight. Baby, your love will shine. Lighting the light. Just put your trust in my heart and meet me in paradise. Now is the time, girl. You're every wonder in this world to me. A treasured time won't steal away. So listen to my heart, lay your body close to mine. Let me fill you with my dream. I can make you feel alright. And baby, through the years, gonna love you more each day. So I promise you tonight that you will always be the lady in my life. Lay back in my tenderness. Let's make this a night we won't forget. Girl, I need your sweet caress. Oh, I reach out to a fantasy. I do not want feel of ecstasy. Come to me, girl, and I will keep you warm through the shadows of the night. Let me touch you with my love. I can make you feel so right. And baby, through the years, even when we're old and gray, I will love you more each day. 'Cause you will always be the lady in my life. Stay with me. I want you to stay with me. I need you by my side. You can go nowhere. Let me give you one, my lady.
Try something else real quick.
I wanna touch you, baby. You're my lady, and I love you, girl. Don't you go nowhere. I love you, I love you, I need you, I want you, baby. you want. I die now. Let me do your thing. All over, all over, all over. Stay back with me. Let me touch you, girl. Stay back with me. All over, all over, all over, all over, all over, all over me.
Shorter. I do. Give me a second, y'all.
Looking out across the night, city winds the sweet desire. Yeah, I'll always shake my window, sweet seducing sighs. Get me out into the nighttime, for walks won't hold me tonight. If this town is just an apple, then let me take a bite. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? Reaching out, touch a stranger. Electric eyes are everywhere. See that girl, she knows I'm watching. She likes the way I stare. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does it do it that way? I like living this way. I like loving this way. Looking out across the morning, the city's heart begins to beat. Reaching out, I touch her shoulder. I'm dreaming of the street. If they say why, tell them that it's human nature. Why, does he do it that way? If they say why, hey girl, tell them why, does he do it that way? If they say why, does he do it that way? If they say she's why, tell them My magic potion for love. Telling him I'm sincere and that there's nothing too good for us. And I just got to believe. My magic potion for love, telling him I'm sincere, and that there's nothing too good for us, but I want to be free. And I just got to be me. Keeping hands on his mind, give I not such mystery.